Hi, welcome to Bruce's Garage. I'm Bruce, and this is my garage. Today, I am finally starting to do some customizations and preparation for my new Lexus GX 550 Overtrail, and I'm really excited because I got these brand new wheels that just came in, and I am going to ceramic coat those with you and talk about why I do it, how I do it, so you can see all the benefits of ceramic coating your wheels. So come on in and let's have some fun. All right, so ceramic coating your wheels is actually a really important step, not only to protect the wheels, because they're exposed to a lot of debris from the road grime, from salt during the winter, if you happen to live in a cold climate. They're getting a lot of water, the rain, everything, they're closest to the ground. So they're getting a lot of abuse, plus some of the heat from the brakes. And so you also get some of those iron deposits and things from brakes. So protecting your wheels is actually a really important thing to do. Now, in the case of a brand new set of wheels, it makes it really kind of easier because the wheels are off the vehicle. I can get to the barrels. I can get to the face of the wheels, no problem. Now, I've done this as well on older vehicles where I've pulled the wheels off. That's just a little bit more of a hassle. But that allows you to also coat the inside, the barrels, which are really hard to keep clean. But the face of the wheel, of course, is what everybody sees. So if you can do both, I think that's awesome. You don't have to. Don't have to take them off the vehicle either. You could just do the face of the wheel. So this applies to all those situations, but I'll highlight a couple things that are different. So number one, these are brand new wheels. So they've never been on a vehicle. So I don't need to polish them. They look great. I don't need to use iron remover. And in fact, I'm really not even going to wash them. But what I am going to do is get to that panel prep stage. So normally, if these were existing wheels, we want to do all the prep of cleaning the wheels as best as we can, using iron remover to remove any iron deposits. And then, of course, if they need to be polished, we would polish them, getting them looking as good as we can, because we want the ceramic to preserve the beauty of the wheels. Not only protect it, but to preserve the beauty once we polish. So in this case, we can bypass those steps and then go straight to panel prep, which is kind of my cleaning stage. So I'm going to use the panel prep on both the face and the barrels of the wheels, and I'm also going to coat them. Now today, all the products I'm using are from FineLab, and so I'm using their wheel and caliper coating, ceramic coating, which should get us at least about a year if we take care of these. I know some people have gotten longer than that, but a year is what we're shooting for. And I'm using FineLab's panel prep as well. So I'm going to follow their instructions. One of the things we need to do in terms of panel prep is just make sure that we clean the face and the barrel of the wheels. And they recommend spraying directly on the microfiber, getting that nice and wet. And, I have this on a wheel stand. You don't have to have it on a wheel stand. This turns a little bit better when you have tires on there. But I am just going to go ahead and clean all of this really well to make sure that there's no dirt, no dust, and that we're going to be ready to use the ceramic coating. All right, now that we have completed the panel prep stage, this has been sitting for about 10 minutes. When you get this coating, it's going to come with a stopper to put in the bottle. And so you want to do that right away. And basically, when you're first using this coating, you should shake it up for 2 minutes. again, this applicator is just a standard foam applicator. And then I'm going to apply just sections of this, just with a few drops of the coating. Doesn't take a whole lot on here. So I'm going to start up here with this top where it says fuel, which is the brand of wheel, making sure that I'm getting in all these small areas. These applicators are really nice because they kind of conform to the surface, and so they allow you to get in some of these unusual spaces. And depending upon your wheel configuration, that can be harder or easier, but you want to make sure that you're doing that. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start my timer. This coating is a bit unusual in that the flash time is significantly longer than probably what you're used to with most coatings. So they recommend typically in a 20 to 30 minute flash time. Now, of course, that depends upon your conditions. Remember, the higher the temperature, the higher the humidity, the quicker this will flash. Now, how do we know that we need to level it? Well, we'll just keep an eye on it. It'll start looking like it's drying out. The other thing is I will test it. So when I go to level it with my first towel, because we're going to be using 2 towels to level, I want to make sure that it's not tacky at all when I remove any remnants of the solvents from the coating. One of the greatest benefits of coating your wheels is it makes it so much easier to keep them clean. And I found wheels really hard to keep clean. So once I started coating them, it was a breeze. So to me, it's worth a little bit of extra effort to be able to coat these. And then maintenance is just so much easier. Okay, so we've been about 20 minutes and I've tested this and it's not sticky up here. So I think it's appropriate time to level this. So I will work section by section and just taking my single towel first and just doing a good leveling to make sure I didn't miss any spots and I have no high spots. And what I like to do is just, I get close, I move away, I change the angle a bit just to make sure that I didn't miss leveling some of the coating. All right, so now I'm ready to do the barrel of the wheel. This is pretty simple, so we're going to coat all of this surface as well as the back of the face of the wheel. These little grooves in here really get dirty and can accumulate a lot of dirt. So I like to make sure that I coat everything on the inside here. Same process. Make sure our coating is shaken up. A few drops on the applicator. And then I can just start applying Again, I want to make sure that I'm getting in all these grooves, just like I do in the front. Okay, so now we're going to wait again our 20 minutes, and then we'll follow the same process and just level all of this, and then this wheel will be done. All right, so let's see if we can level this. Yeah, this doesn't feel sticky. There's no real grab here, so that's a good sign. A little bit over here. Yeah, a little bit here. I'm going to wait just a little bit longer. This outside feels okay. All right, well, we've completed, I did one wheel off camera. I did this wheel on camera. So again, you could see the process. It's really simple, particularly when these are brand new wheels. If they weren't brand new, remember the steps. We've got to wash thoroughly, do iron decontamination process, so the chemical decon, rinse that really well, then polish if necessary, and then we would panel prep, which we did in this case, and then apply whatever wheel coating you're using. Again, I used FineLab wheel and caliper coating. I do have a discount code for FineLab and many other detailing supplies. Bruce's Garage, all one word. I have links in the description below. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe or give me the thumbs up, or really any feedback about the videos if you find them helpful. I'm going to go ahead and work off camera, get the other two wheels coated. I don't think you need to see me do those. Again, it's not a difficult process. Just take your time, read the instructions so that you're following the instructions with every specific coating. Things are a little bit different. That's why I wanted to do FineLab, was to have more content available for people that are looking for references on how to install different coatings. I appreciate you coming into my garage today. Just remember the most important thing: go out and have fun in your garage. Thanks for joining me.